Hey guys, Big One Night Fighter 9 for Hauntober 2018 Haunt Tours. I have Jeff Benson here from Beetle Wolf Haunts.
And Haunts for the Homeless.
Yes, indeed. That's another haunt we're going to visit this week, guys. We're here to do a review of 13th World, all the way in Cumberland, Rhode Island. You can hear the screams in the background. I don't know if the mic can pick this up, but it's pretty loud out here. We have some, what sounds like shock panels or something like that. Right. Chainsaws, people screaming. And as a haunter, these bring out very happy memories.
Yes.
So he agrees. Exactly. So guys, we're gonna head on into this haunt, guys. Let you know what it's like, what we think about it. We have a scale 1 to 5 skull rating. All right, all the way from atmosphere, set design, actors, and anything in general we can come up with on the spot. I'm excited to show you guys a new format. It's kind of off the top of the head for this format, but it works when we get it done. Me and Jeff made out of 13th World. Very good. Very impressed. I thought that it was a good place to go to for our first stop. Now, we have a 5 scale rating here. Now, off the top of the head, I hope we get everything down, we remember it, because we've been sitting here just discussing this for 20 minutes now. Can't remember a damn thing. So we're going to go off the top. We're going to talk about atmosphere first. Atmosphere of this place basically being scenery, set design, and anything that has to deal with the scenery. Ambiance, yes. So I would definitely give this a 4 out of 5 for ambiance, scenery, and everything. And for it's just so well done. Like I said, it feels like a haunt we've been to before, and that's saying a good thing, because if you have a good memory of a haunt and it brings back all these flashbacks of things you've done before, I think it's great for a haunt. Like I said, yeah, deja vu, exactly. And it's really cool because when I went through like a lot of the scenes, I think, wow, I remember that when I went to that one. This looks cool. It's almost like it. It's awesome. I think it really gets 4 skulls out of 5 for that one.
Yeah, some of the sets were very good, very well made. It's not high tech by any means, but they did very well with what they had with the buildings and the sets, the scenery.
All right, so one of the other ones you talk about is scareability. Scareability is very important to a haunt because you want to be scared. You don't want to walk in there and just walk through and have nothing happen to you. So one of the things I think here is I would say it really gets a good solid 3 out of 5 for that. I think that there are some scenes that I think if the actress said something or did something, maybe it would stand out more scaring. But it did get you though. It was very good. And like I said, 3 out of 5 is not a bad. I think it's good. It just I think they need to be more. What's our thing? Look here. They need to be more with the patrons. Play with the patrons.
Right.
Like even if it's a big crowd, get with them.
I don't want to say I'm desensitized. I've been haunting for 18 plus years, and they got me a couple times in there. So that's points in my book. So I would say 3.5, 4. Somewhere around there. Yeah,
like I said, desensitized is the word I might be looking for here too. Like I said, it's like I feel like being desensitized may not really get you scared, but I do feel like it did have its perks. One of the other things that's very important to us as haunters when we go to haunts is pricing. Pricing is very good, is important to me, and the thing is, like, you want to go to a haunt and not pay Uber's amount of money to go to the haunt. You want to make sure that it's the right price, the right range. I think that the haunt is at the right range. It's definitely a 5 skulls out of 5. It's really good because it's not going to cost you an arm and leg to get in.
Definitely, especially since they have the buildings to maintain and the whole haunt itself to maintain, and paying the actors and the staff. It only cost $18 to get in, and it was very fair. It's good price.
Yeah, $18 on Fridays. I think it's like $20, $25 on Saturday.
Still not bad.
Still not bad though. One of the other things we look at is going to be costume and makeup. For Jeff, being a makeup artist, a very talented makeup artist, I should say, is very important to us, costume and makeup. I want to say for overall, the guys did a good job on that. It's definitely a 4 out of 5 skulls for that. I think it's awesome to see some of the makeup and costumes they did. Like the Freddy costume in there, not to give too much away, that Freddy was perfect. You couldn't even tell it was a mask when I went in there.
A lot of the scenes had masks. One of my favorites was the nun. They did very well. It wasn't a mask. It was actually makeup that she was wearing. She was dead on. I would give that 4 out of 5.
And last of all, one of the things we have to look at, and it's kind of like one of the top things for us, is creep out factor. You can scare someone in a haunt, you can make people laugh, but sometimes when you get the creep out factor, it's even better than a scare, because you can make someone go home and then chill to the bone when they get in and go home and they can't get that feeling out. That is a creep out factor. I would say it gets a 4 out of 5 at creep out, because one of the things in there was the fog machine room, and that one, I have a problem with fog machines because I never know what's going on, and it throws me off every time, especially with strobe lights.
I agree. I like the that fog room. The creep factor is different from the scare factor. It just leaves you with an uneasy feeling even after you leave, or something is creepy. It's not necessarily scary, or with a jump scare, but it still kind of leaves you uneasy. Some of the things I thought were very good in the creep area was they used a lot of kids in this haunt, and kids scare the hell out of me, and kids creep me out in general. But they had children in some of the scenes, and the way they were dressed up and the way they acted, that was perfect for the scenes that they were in, which added to the creep factor. And little kids in horror movies or haunted attractions such as this, it just adds to the atmosphere, it adds to the attitude, and it adds to the creep factor, which I thought was very well done here. So I would give that a 4.5.
So when we go to the overall rating for the overall in general for review wise, I would say if you guys want a good place to go to for a good haunt in Cumberland Island, come to 13th Road, because I give this place, you ready to count this, guys? 4 skulls out of 5. 4 bloody skulls, I would say. That was, I'm gonna use that now. 4 bloody skulls out of 5.
Yeah, 4 out of 5, and it's an outside haunt. It's in the woods. Bring a jacket, because I pretty much froze my butt off out here, but it was still good.
Little does he know that my heat, when it turns on, leaks also too.
Great.
So he's gonna be freezing in the car, and then we can or for a cold warm in the car with a frozen foot. So guys, this has been Big Blue Night 589.
Jeff Benson from Beetle Wolf Haunts for the Homeless, and Haunts for the Homeless's Spirits Rising Haunted House, which we will be opening on the 12th in Newport, Rhode Island, at Fortress of Nightmares, Fort Adams, Newport.
There you go. You guys have it right there. Fort Adams, Spirits Rising, Haunts for the Homeless. That's the place where I'm going to be doing a review and going to see very soon. Now, I was glad to see this place because the first haunt I stopped in for the Hauntober tour review, as I call it, my YouTube series. And I looked at this place online. I looked for photos. I linked you guys in a video on my YouTube channel. I'll send you guys a link sometime. And I heard a lot of people saying about this place, how great it is, how the scenes were, how some of the fog machine scenes in there were outstanding. Like I've seen fog machines before, and I tell you what, that one kind of like blew me right out of the water, because I'm like, I can't see anything in here. What the hell is going on?
That's the point.
So
you love it, I hate it, man.
Oh, I love it. See, I like it when haunts hit all the senses at once. Like when you hit like the sense of smell, the vision, like you're walking, you know what's going on. When you hit all of them at once, that's a perfect time for a scare, and that you guys put that right to the point. It's awesome. So I want to start off by saying, if you want to talk about your haunt and anything you want to say about it first.
Go ahead, Zeke.
Okay. Well, this is actually our 17th year open. We've been doing this, Richie, since we were what?
We started at like the age of 13.
13. We used to do our own skits at like a trail that's no longer open, and then we came here. I just think we have a lot of experience. I like to think we know what we're doing. We try to head out to St. Louis every year, find out what's new, what's coming out.
I'm sure you're familiar with that expo.
Yes, me and my buddy Jeff actually went to a Haunters Midwest Haunt a couple years ago. Yeah, and that was amazing. I saw some haunts I've never seen before in my life, and one of the things I always look for is like something that stands out. And if I see a haunt that stands out, I get excited. I jump on my skin. I'm ready to go. So I'm very excited when I saw this. So, so what are some of the inspirations you guys draw off of for your haunt?
I think we base a little bit off of the movie characters that people are familiar with, but we also incorporate our own actors and in the sense of their own characters that they created. So there's a good combination of guys that have been created through our actors, but also, things based off the movies. We like to, clearly you want to have Michael Myers and Pennywise in your one of your scenes. But it's also nice to have your own thing going on. So we have a bunch of characters like a guy we call Stedman the Scarecrow and a few others that are been 5, 6, 7 years now going strong, and people are starting to get familiar with. So it's nice to have.
Yeah, and I think I'm not sure how other haunts do it, but we also like to. We let people pick what they want to do, and we kind of build around what they want, because we feel if you're going to do a set, we want you to like your set, because you're just going to perform better in it. So we kind of let them pick it, and we build around whatever they want, pretty much.
Yeah, I've been through a couple of different haunts. Like some haunts, they basically either have scripts and they give you characters, or some haunts go, well, here's your scene, here's a character, make it your own. It's kind of like it's a 50-50 both ways. I like both ways. I went from being a clown to being a zombie Indian to being like someone from The Purge. I've done everything I can clown-wise. Yeah. So I'm a pretty good clown. I did Freddy 1 year, and that was torture to some of the girls.
We're always hiring, man. We're always hiring.
Yeah. I'm always. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. 5 years. I think I'm good for a little bit.
Yeah. Tough,
So, when do you guys start building your sets and everything?
We are able to start actually building in the woods, which, in case you haven't realized in the background, everything we do is outdoors in the woods. We like that natural environment. We start in mid-August actually putting all the structures up, and gives us about a month and a half to build everything we can. Obviously, you know,
we like
get
a lot more time,
yeah.
but just our situation, we just don't have the time, so we do it.
We'd love to leave it up all year if we can and just keep adding on and adding on. If that was the case after 17 years, we'd probably be like the Disney World of Halloween, but unfortunately we have a month and a half window, and we try to do the best we can.
You'd be like Universal, like always up.
We'd have about 10 different attractions.
Yeah, I mean,
if you
for
can.
17 years, the amount of building we do and taking down, we'd have probably 10 attractions.
So I have a couple of favorite scenes. Well, you guys can catch the review. Guys, watch the review. I'll tell you. But do you have any scene in here that stands out every year that just keeps on growing and getting better to you?
Well, the thing is, if you come, you'll realize every year we're totally different, and that's the one perk that we have with rebuilding every year. Is we're totally different every year. Every year we may have Freddy Krueger this year. We may not have him next year.
We're going to have a bus next year. We don't have a bus.
Yeah, sometimes we have a bus drop people in the middle of the woods. This year we have the flying scene. I don't know if you got to witness that.
Yeah, that was good.
So we have things like that. I mean, this year that's one of my favorites because it's a little different. But I mean, I always go for the good old-fashioned horror characters from the movies that I like. So,
how about you?
For the flying axe, definitely. I mean, we did that probably maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago. Yeah. And we thought, you know what, let's bring it back because it just works so great. And then obviously I love the fog tunnel, like you said. It's just, you don't know where you are. You panic. Yeah. You feel like you can't breathe. It's, I don't know, to me it's great.
And the one that's holding up well right now, so for the first weekend, I really like is the closet for the clowns with all the clothes hanging. The stench that's starting to be created is right up my alley. I really like that. But it's hard to get that. That's kind of an indoor scare scene, and we're creating it outdoor, which is nice. And it's holding up to this point. So if you come the first weekend, if you're here, you get to
last weekend, it's going to be
there'll be one shirt hanging.
Well, I was in the clothes hanger scene, and I said, there's nothing more scary than having dirty clothes just hitting you in the back of your head, and you're wondering like, where the hell is that smell coming from?
Just imagine how many faces have hit that clothes before you.
I gotta say, my favorite all-time scene in there was everything was Freddy Krueger. I'm a fan of Freddy Krueger. I love Freddy Krueger. That was beautiful. And the thing is, like, a lot of haunts do Freddy Krueger well. A lot of haunts do Freddy Krueger okay. You had it right on the dot. Like, you could even tell that was a mask when he was in there. Like, I thought that was just full makeup. Yeah. That was great. I loved it.
Yeah, we've gone the silicone direction. I'm sure when you go to the expos you've seen, most of our masks are the Freddy mask probably costs $1,000, give or take. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. These guys at the end of the night, they take the mask off, they are dripping with sweat. Mm-hmm. That's what silicone masks will do. But the effect it gives you is equivalent to perfect makeup. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's just, I mean, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I went through masks to the silicone to just wearing makeup at this point because no one's going to touch this luscious beard at this point.
I agree. No one should touch it.
So guys, 13th World is a good haunt to go to. You guys saw the scale rating up here. Very good place to come to. If you guys want to catch a good haunt in Cumberland, Rhode Island, come over here, 13th World, Cumberland, Rhode Island. Thank you so much.
Hey, appreciate it. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you.
Out, my man.
Thank you.
Pleasure meeting you.
This is Big Boy 589 signing off for the Hauntober tour reviews. I hope you guys liked it.
Shout out to my man back there. Don't forget the shout out. Fort Adams coming.
Fort Adams, yeah.
Why are you turning your head, man?
We got you, Jeff. We got you.
We got you, Jeff.